Hello everyone, welcome to another Mathematica online lesson. So our lesson for today is solving linear equations into variables. So I have here two linear equations with two variables, which is x and y. So what do you think will be the value of x and y that would satisfy the two equations? Now there are a lot of ways in solving this one. One of those is the trial and error method, wherein you need to find any values of x and y that when you substitute it here, it will satisfy the two equations. Satisfy meaning any values of x and y would, if that when you substitute it here, it would equate to the same number. Okay, take note, same value. The value of your x here would be the same value of your x here, and the value of your y here would be the same value of y here, and then it would yield to the same numbers here. So trial and error method would work, but it will take you a lot of time. Okay, now in solving this one, we have three methods. We have first the graphing method. We also have the elimination method. And lastly, we have the substitution method. Now, I'll be showing you the three steps or methods in finding the solution of these two linear equations in two variables. So let's start with the graphing method. So we have here our equations. X plus y is equal to 5. X minus y is equal to 1. Now, what will be the value of my x and y here that will satisfy the two equations? So in graphing method, of course, we need the table of values. When we have our domain, which is the value of x. So I'll assign a value of x from the negative integers to the positive integers. Okay? And then, of course, we have our range, which is the y. Now, since we are solving for y here, we need to transform these two equations in terms of y. So how? So I'll show you how to transform this one. The first equation is x plus y equals to 5. Now, since I need to solve for y here, so I need to transform this equation in terms of y. So all I need to do is to transpose this one here. Or using the additive inverse, I'll just add a negative x here and a negative x here. Okay, so transposing this one will change the sign of this term. So my positive x here becomes a negative x here, right? So I have 5. My positive x becomes negative x here. So this will be the equation, my first equation. So I'll just write it here. This is my first equation. Now my second equation is this one. So how do I get this one? So again, this is my second equation. X minus y is equal to 1. Again, I need to find the value of y, so I'll transform this equation in terms of y. So I'll transpose this one, or I'll use the additive inverse, wherein I need to add a negative x here and a negative x here. So I just use the transposing method, the shortcut method. So that leaves me here on the left side with a negative y equals to 1. My positive x when transposed to the other side becomes a negative x. Now I need a positive value of y, so I'll multiply both sides with a negative 1. Okay? So here, negative 1 times negative y becomes positive y. Negative 1 times positive 1 becomes negative 1. Negative 1 times negative x becomes positive x. So this explains my value here. Now let's proceed in finding the value of y given the values of my x here. Okay, so when my x is negative 2, so simply substitute the value of x here to this equation. So let's start on the first equation here. So when my x is negative 2, so I'll just substitute negative 2 here. Take note that you have a negative sign here and a negative here. So this becomes positive. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, so I will not discuss any more on how to process or to do the operations of integers. I already assume that you already know the process on the integers. Okay, so negative and negative becomes positive, so you have two positive integers, so add. Or you can just see my video on the integers. Okay, next, when my x is negative 1, substitute negative 1 here. So you have negative and negative, that becomes positive. So 5 plus 1 is 6. When my x is equal to 0, obviously this becomes 0. So what's left is 5. When my x is 1, this time it's negative and positive. So you have 5 minus 1 is 4. When my x is equal to 2, so that's 5 minus 2, it's 3. When my x is equal to 3, that's 5 minus 3, that is equal to 2. Then, let's try to plot this equation to our coordinate, Cartesian plane. Okay? So first pair, you have negative 2, x is negative 2, y is positive 7. So, x is negative 2 here, and then y is positive 7. So, it's here. Next pair, x is negative 1, y is positive 6. So, x is negative 1, y is positive 6. Next, when x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 5. So, it's here. Next, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 4. So, it's here. Next, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. Next, x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 2. Then let's try to connect the dots. So we have here a line. Okay, because we have a linear equation, obviously the graph of this one is a line. Okay, now all the points here on the line is called the solution of our first equation. So let's try to pick another point here. Say this one, 4x is equal to 4, and then here, y is equal to 1. So let's see if x is equal to 4, y is equal to 1. So let's add another value of x here, which is 4. Then let's substitute 4 here. So 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. Okay, so any point along this line are the solution of our first equation. Any point outside the line is not a solution. So let's say here, when x is equal to, I'll pick a point here. Say for example this one. When x is equal to 2 and then y is equal to 1. X is equal to 2 is not equal to 1. Right? So outside the line is not the solution. All the points here along this line is a solution of our first equation. Okay? Now let's proceed on our second equation. Again, let's use the values of our x here, the domain. So when x is equal to negative 2, so substitute. So x is equal to negative 2, positive and negative is negative. So you have two negative sign here. Therefore, we have negative 3. So you have negative 1 and negative 2 is negative 3. Next, x is negative 1. So you have negative 1 and negative 1 gives you a negative 2. When x is equal to 0, so obviously this becomes 0 here. So what's left is negative 1. When x is equal to 1, so you have a positive 1 and a negative 1, it will cancel out. It becomes 0. When x is equal to 2, so you have negative 1 and positive 2, unlike sign, so you have to subtract. So negative 1 and positive 2 gives you a positive 1. When x is positive 3, so that is positive 3 and negative 1, subtract, so gives you a negative 2. So let's try to plot this one. Our next pair would be negative 2 and negative 3. So negative 2 and negative 3. So it's somewhere here. Next, you have negative 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 1, negative 2. So it's here. Next, 0, negative 1, 0, negative 1. So it's here. Next, 1, when x is 1, y is equal to 0. When x is 1, y is equal to 0. So it's along the line. Next, when x is 2, y is 1. When x is 2, y is 1. Next, when x is 3, y is 2. When x is 3, y is 2. Then let's try to connect the line, the dots, I mean. So here, notice on our two equation, we have an intersecting point. This one. Okay? This is the intersecting point. This means this point here would be the solution to the two equation. Okay? Now this point is point 3, 2. X is 3, y is 2. So let's try to use the value of, let me erase this one first so that you'll have a clear view on the solution. Okay. Again, the intersecting point of the two equation will be the solution of our two linear equation. So you have x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2. Let's try to see if it would satisfy the two equation. So on our first equation, x plus y is equal to 5. Let's see if we satisfy the value of x and y here. X is 3 plus y is 2 equals to 5. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5 is equal to 5. So it satisfies the equation. Let's see if this value will satisfy on the second equation, which is x minus y equals to 1. Okay? So substitute x is 3 minus y is 2 equals to 1. 3 minus 2 is 1 equals to 1. It also satisfies the second equation. Okay, so take note, the intersecting point on the two on the graph of the two equation will be the solution of both equations. Okay? Now let's try to have another method. We already have the graphing method. Let's try to use the same equation. Now we all know that when we use the graphing method, we come up with the value of x as 3 and the value of y as 2. See if we could come up the same value if we use the elimination method. Now, elimination method is simply eliminating one variable to solve for another variable. Okay, so let's have it here. Using the elimination method, our target here is to eliminate from the word elimination, we need to eliminate one variable to solve for one variable, another variable, using the addition of integers. Now from here, I want to eliminate the variable y. Why? Because here, the variable y is positive and on the other side is negative. So I can just simply add the two equations here directly. Okay? In adding this one, following the rule of integers, positive y and negative y will cancel out or be equal to 0, right? So here, what's left is the variable x. So I can just add these two. X plus x gives me 2x equals 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Then I want to solve for the value of x. We all know that in solving this one, I need to eliminate its numerical coefficient by dividing both sides by its numerical coefficient. This will cancel out or be equal to 1. So what's left here is x. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I have the value of my x now. So all I need to do is to substitute the value of my x here to any of the equation. So say if I'll substitute it here on my first equation, x plus y equals to 5. So my x here is 3 plus y equals to 5. So I want to solve for the value of y. So using the additive inverse, I need to add a negative 3 here and a negative 3 here. Okay, this will cancel out, right? So what's left here is y. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. So I get the same answer on my graphing method. So my elimination and my graphing method yield the same answer. So let's try to substitute this one on my second equation. See if we could come up with the same value of y here. So x minus y is equal to 1. X is 3 minus y equals to 1. So using the additive inverse, I want to remove this one. So I'll add a negative 3. I'll add a negative 3 here also. This will cancel out. What's left is negative y is equal to 1, and negative 3 is negative 2. So to make both sides, to make my y a positive value, I need to multiply both sides by a negative 1. So negative y times negative 1 gives me a positive y. Negative 1 times negative 2 gives me a positive 2. So I have the same answer. So this is elimination method. Again, elimination method is simply eliminating one variable to solve the other variable. Okay? Now let's try to have the other or the last method, which is the substitution method. Now using the same equation, I know that we already solved the graphing, which yields x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2. We also solve using the elimination method, which yield the same value of x and y, which is 3 and 2. Now this time, let's try to use the substitution method, see if we could come up with the same value of x and y. Now substitution method is I need to work on with the equation here. Okay, so say x plus y is equal to 5 is my equation 1. And then x minus y is equal to 1 is my equation 2. Substitution method is somewhat similar to elimination method, but we are working on the equation itself, not eliminating variable. Okay? But in the end, the process is to come up with a single variable. That's why I said earlier that it's somewhat the same with the elimination method. So how does this work? I want to find a value of x or y to substitute to one of the equation. So say here, I'll transform. So substitution is transforming a one equation to substitute on the other equation. So I want to find a value of x here to substitute to my second equation. So how does this work? So say if I want to transform the first equation, x plus y equals to 5. I want to find the value of x. So how? I'll transfer or transpose y to the other side so that I have a value of x here. So using the transposing method, or you can also use the additive inverse. So I'll just make a shortcut way here. So again, when transposing a term to the other side of the equation, the sign of that term will change. So positive y becomes negative y. So from here, I have the value of x here, which is 5 minus y. Now, my next step is to substitute this value of x, which is 5 minus y, to my second equation, x minus y. Okay? So my second equation is x minus y is equal to 1. Now, I already solved for the value of my x here, which is 5 minus y. Okay? So I'll substitute the value of x here. My x here is 5 minus y minus y. This is the value of my x. Then just copy this one, minus y equals to 1. Now from here, as you can see, I only have now one variable, which is y, right? So let's combine similar term. I need to transpose 5 to the other side to combine with the other constant 1 here. So I'll transpose it here, so that what's left here is my negative y and negative y. So negative y and negative y, similar term, both negative. So I have negative 2y, right? Equals 1. My positive 5 becomes negative 5 now. Okay? So I have negative 2y. 1 minus 5 gives us negative 4. So to solve for the value of y, we need to eliminate the numerical coefficient by dividing both sides by its numerical coefficient, including the sign of that numerical coefficient. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 gives you positive 1. What's left is y. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 gives you positive 2, which is the same as the value of our previous solutions here, right? So let's try to substitute the value of y here to any of the equations. So I'll substitute this one on my first equation, x plus y equals 5. So I have x plus my y is equal to 2 is equal to 5. Solving for the value of x, so I need to transpose this one to the other side here. So x equals to 5. My positive 2 transposed to the other side, the sign will change, that becomes negative 2. So I have here x is equal to 3. So there you go. That is the substitution method. It yields the same value on the graphing and elimination method. So the solution for this equation is x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2. So I hope you learned something today and see you on my next online lesson.